I'm back, baby. Mo Freegan's back. I got another knife for you today. Porcupine TiSlim. Let's get the show on the road. You guys know I'm a huge Vosteed fan. I got all kinds of Vosteed knives all the time. I got 5 raccoons now. I got another raccoon video coming up soon. Vosteed raccoon video. That's how much I like the raccoon from Vosteed. This is the porcupine, another great one. I got this one for my daughter. I liked it so much that I got my own in black and I dyed it in my Will It Die video. And now I have the Porcupine TiSlim. Did it come in all black? I don't know. Black and dark gray. That's okay with Lego Batman. It's okay with me.
And sometimes very, very dark gray.
See how it compares to the original porcupine. It's my very first slim knife, and also it's got a top liner lock. You know I love that. Let's get over and check it out. Here's the box it comes in. Let's get this guy open. Very giftable box. Slides out. Pouch and some paperwork. And you get a sticker and a cleaning cloth. So don't just throw that whole pouch away if you like to keep your stickers. A more basic pouch, like Cordura type thing with the Vosteed steel on it. I mean, still nice. Very giftable. Plastic bag with Vosteed on the plastic bag. Porcupine TiSlim. I'm assuming ties for this titanium handle here. Handle length 4 1/8 inch. We have lots of versions of this knife. This is called dim gray titanium. The other versions are gray, black, blue, and acid wash. And the acid wash comes with S90V blade steel. Thickness, 0.315 inches. Let's get my calipers out. Like, what is that, 8 millimeters about? 0.31 inches. Is that what they claim it is? Thickness? 0.315. But very thin. The thinnest knife I own for sure. What other thin knives do I even own that even claim to be thin? I got a bunch of knives I found. So I pulled up the Pyrite, just because I thought it seemed a little slim. Steel handles, 0.394. This was 0.315. Here's this Tacray knife. I can't remember the name of it. Thickness, thinner than that, but 0.331. This one, second place so far. I pulled out the Cubit from Wii, 0.4, so not really thin. I pulled out the Demko Shark Cub, 0.346. I pulled out the K-Bar Dozier. When I was going through, it seemed like it was thinner than it was, 0.385. And the Leek, that's the one I originally thought of as being quite thin. And that one is, beats it, 0.304. Did I lose my 0? It's thinner. The Leek is thinner, but also the Leek doesn't have a top liner lock. They probably could have got a little thinner if they didn't have to do the top liner lock, if they just had a frame lock like this Leek. This Leek is my thinnest knife. Yeah, it's thinner. All right, that's cool. Good to know. But this Tacray is also very thin. So here's the order of thinnest knives I own. Back to the Porcupine TiSlim. Weight, 2.97 ounces, so very lightweight. Clip is non-reversible milled titanium clip. This much sticking out of your pocket, so not deep carry. Big lanyard hole if you're interested in that. We have a black aluminum back spacer. Opener, we have thumb stud only. What's the action like on that? It's actually, I would take a little bit heavier detent. It's medium, good, great. Action on bearings, drop shut, very smooth. Do I feel a little bit of the bearing in there? A little bit, not terrible, not bad at all. Blade length, 3.04 inches. So, this is in the dead zone according to Max Level EDC. He would say, look, either get it less than 3 or give me a little more blade. Jimping on the back of the scales there and up here too. And they're all pretty good. I'm not a big jimping guy, but it's fine. It's a drop point with a pretty generous belly and then almost a full flat grind. There's a little 1/8 up here at the top. Very thin blade stock, very slicey. It's 154 cm for $140. I wish between 100 and 150 it was S35EN. Vosteed, that's my biggest pet peeve on this night is I wish it was S35EN. Can't you help me out? And I wish you would have had this be a darker gray or black for me. But that's aesthetic. S35EN actually would give you more value. I don't think it would have cost you that much more. 154 cm is like a $100 knife for me. But it's 60 plus or minus 1, so pretty good. 61 plus or minus 1 would have been better, but I mean, you're almost right there. You're getting toughness 3.5, edge retention 4.5, corrosion resistance of 7. So fairly balanced steel. A lot of people really like 154 CM. I like it too. My very first knife was 154 CM, so I researched knife steel a lot, and I thought that was very good steel, which it is. Slicey, we get more of the millipede foot. So I bet everybody's loved looking at that over the last few videos. Oh, we had some, and you're getting a very slim knife, and you're fitting in a top liner lock. You're getting more for your 140 on your 154 CM. So it's not everything is just the blade steel is this much, because there's a lot of factors that went into this knife as far as the slimness and fitting into the button compression lock that makes this more valuable than a $100 knife. I get that. I wish it was S35 yen and $150 instead of 140 and 154 CM. Let's get out the other porcupine, the regular full-size porcupine that I've dyed black. Are they the exact same? They are. It almost looks like they got the jimping there, jimping there, jimping there. There's some jimping there, jimping there. The jimping locations are similar. Oh, we have a thumb stud instead of a thumb hole, but there's also thumb stud porcupines. I just don't have one. The blade size and shape is if they're not the exact same, they are very similar. Blade thickness is thinner on the TiSlim, and the handle, of course, is almost double the width. But there it is next to the porcupine, and the porcupine is in 14C28N. But we also have another top liner lock in the porcupine that also has medium D10. It's actually really good. Black stone wash. We don't know what the coating material is, but it's not DLC. Let's cut something with it. Expecting incredibly some pictures of more millipede. Oh, it's super slicey. Incredible. Very good. All right, I think that's it for the Porcupine TiSlim. Let's get over to the cardboard and do some cut test and see where we're at. As you'd expect, it's a slicer. In gloves, the ergos are fine. I might take off the gloves here just for a few cuts, just to see how it feels without gloves on with this slimness. It's actually just fine so far. We'll just keep going without the glove on. Let's try some utility cuts. The tip is above the pivot, so pretty high up. Not great for utility cuts. I mean, but it can do them. The fact that the blade is so slicey really helps with the ergos on this thin handle. I can feel it a little bit, but it's actually not terrible as far as like ergos go. Through this piece of denser cardboard, I'm not feeling like a ton of hot spot or feeling like it's really digging in. I think it has to do with the blade being so thin too and being so slicey. I think it's still fine. Let's try some paper. Yep, still just fine. All right, that's all the cardboard I got, and it's still doing fine. So I'm going to call that a good one. And just at the very end, the last 3 pieces, my hand started to feel like that slimness of that handle was affecting it. So it does eventually get to where the thinness affects you, but took a long time. And it's still cutting. Big belly. That sometimes makes it a little trickier to sharpen. Sometimes. We got a thicker sharpened edge here than at the tip. Is it unevenly sharpened? Does the blade thickness thicken up down here and narrow up at the tip? It might, but let's just see right in the middle of the blade where they gave it to us. Let's start where we always do at 25. Looks like they gave it to it right at 25, right on it. Let's lower it down to 23 as I do. I'm noticing that this thumb stud is fairly recessed. It's not very tall, sticking out off from the blade, and still had great access to it. No smile on this sharpening. That's good. Oh, and I went with 320 grit on this one, 320 grit. This is 154 CM. I'm going to go to 600 just to mix it up a bit. I typically would do 400, but we'll do 600 just so I'm using all of my grits, not wearing out one more than the other. You can see that the edge finish held up fairly well. There's some spots here where the cardboard got some of the finish off, but I would say it's 70% still there after that run of cardboard. All right, we'll do 800 grit. Ceramic cone. And the 2-micron strop. See how it cuts. Laser beam. Final thoughts. Very giftable knife. Came in a very giftable box. I think this is very good for anybody, really. Affordable. Definitely a step up. A budget knife, $140, But if there's somebody in your life that likes a light knife or a very thin knife or needs something like that, this is a good buy for this. This is something you would get for the thinness, not for the value, because the value is there, but only if you're really into this thin. Now, cutting with it, the cardboard, not really a ton of hot spots. It's not as comfortable as a full thickness knife, but it was just fine. But it's also a little nicer, so wearing something a little lighter but nicer clothing, maybe a suit. I don't like putting pocket clips in my suit because it tears them apart no matter what kind of clip it is, but definitely a fancy, lightweight knife that you could give somebody. Very giftable, very non-threatening looking styling as well. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this. If you made it this far, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, thank you for all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. If you like this video, you may like this video here where I talk about porcupine that I dyed black, or maybe you want to see this one where I talk about how I got porcupine for my daughter and how that one got me onto porcupine. So I will see you on the next one. Farewell. But